modern UFO age began with Kenneth Arnold's sighting of 9 metallic craft flying near Mount Rainier in 1947. Later that year, an alien craft crashed outside Roswell, New Mexico, and UFO sightings exploded. But it was Betty and Barney Hill, an interracial couple living in New Hampshire, whose strange experience would become the first truly credible story of an alien encounter. It remains one of the most significant cases of alien contact to this day. In 1961, traveling south along US Route 3, a late-night traveler would pass quiet mill towns, darkened motels, and vast expanses of evergreen forest. Caught in the lull between tourist seasons, the roads were mostly deserted under the immense night sky. For Betty and Barney Hill, it began as an ordinary journey home, returning from a trip to Montreal to their home in Portsmouth in southern New Hampshire. After a late-night dinner just outside Lancaster, Betty noticed something unusual, a bright light in the sky, moving erratically. It wasn't an airplane or a star, it was something else entirely. The glowing craft followed them for miles, disappearing and returning in a different position along the landscape. Betty observed while Barney drove on, both becoming more concerned. Near a rock formation named Indian Head, Barney pulled the car over. He retrieved a pair of binoculars to take a closer look. The craft had descended to hover 80 feet above the ground. Barney saw humanoid figures inside. One was staring directly back at him. Barney froze. His body screamed to run to escape, but his legs wouldn't move. The presence of the being seemed to rob him of his will. The next thing they remembered was driving south once more. They continued as hours passed, and the Hills' journey through the White Mountains continued. When they arrived home, hours later than expected, they were disoriented and drained. A 4-hour journey had inexplicably stretched to 7. In the weeks that followed, Betty began having vivid, recurring dreams of lights, beings, and experiences beyond anything human. Though at first reluctant to talk about what happened, Betty slowly began to tell people they had seen an alien spaceship. Finding no help from the military or government officials, believers in the UFO community urged the Hills to try hypnosis, hoping that memories of those missing hours might be recovered. In a series of sessions conducted by psychiatrist Benjamin Simon, more details arose. The spaceship had landed, humanoid figures wearing uniforms emerged, then had taken Betty and Barney onto their ship, separating them and performing medical experiments on them. On these taped sessions, their voices are filled with the emotions of panic, confusion, and revelations. The Hills' story was eventually leaked to the press. Their story became a worldwide fascination. It was later immortalized in the best-selling book, The Interrupted Journey, cementing their place in UFO history. Throughout the decades, their experience has been examined and researched relentlessly. More than 60 years later, the mystery endures, a tale of missing time, vivid recollections, and extraordinary encounters. Countless stories have been told about alien abduction contact with otherworldly entities and flying craft. The legacy of Betty and Barney Hill's story placed the experience of alien visitations into mainstream culture. It challenged the boundaries of human understanding, reshaping our view of what lies beyond our earthly experience, and questioning humankind's place in the universe.